In this video, you're going to learn how to remember our country's flag with a very simple memory technique. So let's get started. So the first step is when you see a country's flag, pick out a characteristic that stands out to you and make an image for it. So for example, let's take Cyprus. So for Cyprus, when I look at it, the middle part stands out to me, and that kind of looks like a narwhal, that big animal with the horn sticking out of its face. So that's the image I would use for the flag, a narwhal. The second step is to make an image for the country's name. So Cyprus, I think of a robot with a purse. Okay, Cyprus. And so that's my image for that. The last step is to connect both of those images together in a story. So maybe on this block of ice, I see this narwhal fighting a robot over this purse. Maybe it's like a very fancy, glamorous purse. And so that's the image, that's the story I would use in order to remember the flag and the country that belongs to that specific flag. So what would happen is, let me just take the names off. So I was going through, I'm like, oh wait, this flag. Oh yeah, the middle part looks like a narwhal. Narwhal, oh, was on a block of ice fighting a robot for a purse. Wait, robot purse? Oh yeah, Cyprus. And of course, if I click it, Cyprus. And so that's the method that allows you to learn any flag and any country or any state or whatever belongs to that specific flag. It's really cool. And the thing is, it's a lot easier if you actually, been working on improving your imagination. Because some flags, are kind of boring, so you really have to get creative on how you would come up with an image for it. So for example, Iraq, right here, when I see, the middle part, the little green part, I see the city from Wizard of Oz. I think it's called Emerald City. And so that's what I picture when I see that. And so, maybe when you saw it, you really had no idea what you saw. It just kind of looks like kind of some scribbles, some green scribbles. You're like, I have no idea what it looks like. Well, that's where your imagination comes in and makes it a lot easier. And so, Iraq would be like a racket. And so maybe everyone in the city, Emerald City, are playing tennis, but with these rackets. But instead of using a ball, they're using those flying monkeys. And so that's what I would use in order to remember that flag and the country that belongs to that flag. And so, as you can see, some of them might take a little bit more imagination than others. Excuse me if I mispronounce any of these flag or countries. So it's like Sri Lanka. Of course, this one's kind of easy because it has like a line with a sword. The image is pretty much right there, right? But now, the other part is okay, how you create an image for the name. So, maybe the flag, maybe it's hard for you to get an image for the flag, or it's going to be hard for you to create an image for the country's name. But that's why you're practicing. That's why you watch my videos, so you learn how to, get more creative and more imaginative, so it's not that hard. But yeah, excuse me, but yeah, that is the method I use to remember all of these different flags very quickly. And so hopefully, you start practicing it and you start having a lot of fun. So when you see flags, you start seeing weird images when you look at these different flags and you have these fun, crazy stories. And I think it'd be pretty cool to learn all the flags in the world. That comes with its own challenge depending on how many flags there are and how many flags look pretty similar to one another. But, that'd be something pretty fun to do, just like how, I want to learn all the countries in the world or all the countries' geographical location in the world. That'd be pretty cool too as well. But yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed this video and you're going to use this method just to learn, just different flags out there. Maybe if you live in the USA, maybe it's going to be the state flags or, I don't know if all these countries, if they're smaller states in these countries have their own flags as well. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you next time.